Hi ladies, good morning, happy Tuesday. I hope you guys are all doing well. So as always, whenever I go live here, please let me know if you can hear me. I've got my new mic, so hopefully I am louder. And yeah, please again let me know if you are watching live, if you are watching the replay. Just type in a comment, and I love to hear where you guys are watching from and also how you're doing. Because yeah, this is a community here, and I want us to all feel like this is a safe place to come home to. So yeah, let me know how you're doing. So, okay, very excited about this topic. Today we are talking about how to tell, oh, hi Elaine, how to tell if someone is really serious about a relationship with you. And by relationship, I mean like a long-term relationship or marriage, if that is what you're looking for. So who here is excited? Who is ready for this topic? Hi, Amber. Oh, awesome. Norway. That is so cool. Yeah, see, I love to hear where you guys are tuning in from. So before I get into this, I just want to make sure that I introduce myself in case anyone is new here. My name is Lindsay, and I help amazing women like you all here release subconscious blocks that are holding them back from finding an amazing relationship. So again, please let me know if you can hear me. I think Amber said she could. Okay, so we're good. All right. So let's get into it. Let me know if you guys have ever been out there dating and you've really been wondering, like, how do I tell if this person is really serious about dating me long term? Or if you have been in a situation where you've been with people and it's seemed like they wanted a serious relationship, but then when it came down to it, they either like flaked out or they said, no, I'm not really interested. So let me know if you have experienced this. Give me a like or a heart if this has been your experience, because it certainly was mine in the past. I didn't know how to tell. So today I'm going to go through some very, very clear strategies that you can use and some clear signs to see whether someone is genuinely interested in you and moving forward into a serious relationship. Oh, wonderful. Elaine, you're watching from Hudson, New York. You're actually not far from me. Very cool. Okay. So the first thing you can do, and this may seem like a duh, like an obvious thing, but it's not always obvious. The first thing we want to do is we want to ask them. We want to ask someone that we're seeing, hey, so what are you looking for out of a relationship? What are you looking for out of dating? And this doesn't have to be like the very first conversation, but it should be in the very, very beginning. So like if you're texting someone on a dating app or you just happen to meet someone and in the very beginning stages of talking, ask. Because this is how you tell if you are compatible with someone. Okay, so compatibility, one of the aspects of compatibility is that you guys want the same thing out of dating. You want the same thing out of a relationship. So if someone is wanting to casually date and just have some fun, and you are wanting a serious relationship eventually with the right person, you guys aren't compatible, okay? So make this a conversation that happens in the beginning. And it doesn't have to be very heavy. You can say it very, very light, like, okay, yeah, so what are you looking for? And then see what they say, okay? This, again, is huge for compatibility. And I want to say, if someone is giving you some pushback on this question, if they're like, whoa, this is too much, let's just have some fun, let's just see where it goes, this is a sign that someone is really not interested in a serious relationship. Because the people who do want something serious, who are looking to settle down and have a long-term relationship, they want to be having this conversation. They're probably going to be relieved that you're bringing it up. Hi, Suzanne and Elaine, I see your question. I'm gonna get through this first, and then I will answer your question here and address your situation. But yeah, so the people that are interested in this, in a long-term relationship, they want to have this conversation. They're probably going to be feeling like, oh, I'm so glad you brought it up. Yeah, I'm interested in something serious. I want to get married someday, or I want to get married again someday. Okay, so if someone is giving you a hard time about asking that, big sign that they're not serious about a long-term relationship, okay? Because again, we want to assess for compatibility. This is what dating is all about. We want to make sure that we're on the same page. Okay. So if they say anything other than, yeah, I'm looking for something serious. I want a long-term relationship. I want to get married someday. If they say anything other than that, probably means that they do not want a long-term relationship. So I'm going to go through like some of the variations that people can have to when they answer this question. And these are all signs that someone is really not serious. So a lot of people say, well, let's just see where it goes. Not good. Because usually that means they're just looking to date casually. You know, again, if someone has the intention going into dating that they want a serious relationship, they'll say so. They'll say so, okay? Someone can also say, you know, I'm not sure. That's fine. Like, none of these answers are bad or wrong. It's fine that someone's not sure. It's fine that someone wants to wait and see. But if your goal is a serious relationship, this is probably not the person for you, okay? Here's another one that gets a little bit tricky. When someone says, well, yeah, I'm open to a long-term relationship, that's a little dicey because people who are more of an avoidant style attachment, and if you guys aren't familiar with attachment theory, I highly recommend just reading some of the basics about how that works. So people who are avoidant, they tend to say things like that because they truly might be interested in a serious relationship in their minds. They might like the idea of it. And so they say, yeah, I'm open to it. But when it comes down to it, hi, Vicky. So, but when it comes down to it, they actually don't want it. They'll freak out. They'll sabotage the relationship. So the way I would go about this is if you like to gamble, you can go ahead and date this person that says they're open to a long-term relationship. But I wouldn't recommend it because I value my time and my energy, and I don't want to take a risk on someone like this who says, yeah, you know what, I could be open to it. Too much of a risk for me, okay? Because I do, like I said, I value my time and my energy, and I wouldn't want to take a gamble on that. But you can, but just know going in that probably not likely that this person is going to turn into a serious long-term relationship partner. Okay, so and there, as always for any of these things, there are exceptions, of course, but I'm just giving you guys some general tools that you can go by, some general strategies that you can use to go into dating. And let me just go back through the comments here. So yeah, Elaine says, my situation was tricky at the beginning because my boyfriend is of a different culture and English is not his first language. Yeah, so again, like this is a case where this is probably an exception. Like maybe someone is not understanding your question, or maybe if they're from a different culture, the meaning of dating is different. So yeah, that would be an exception. But for all of these things, for all of these conversations that you're having, if it's not clear where someone stands in this, ask clarifying questions. Because here's another one. Sometimes people can say, well, I want something real. Okay. So you can go in and say, awesome. What does that mean to you? What does something real mean to you? And again, it doesn't have to sound like an interrogation. It doesn't have to feel heavy. This is just the process of getting to know someone when you're dating. So ask for clarification. And again, if it's along the lines of, you know, I'm open to a long-term relationship, not so clear. But if they say, yeah, I want to get married again someday. I want to get married. I want to have a long-term relationship. All right, then we're good. So if you're not clear, ask those clarifying questions so you guys can make sure you're on the same page. I also just want to put a disclaimer up here. This does not mean that this person that you're dating or you yourself wants a long-term relationship with this person that's in front of you. The dating process is the process of getting to know each other and seeing if it works, seeing if you are compatible, okay? So it doesn't mean that you're jumping straight into a long-term relationship with this person if they say, oh yeah, I want a long-term relationship. It just means you guys have the same goals for dating. You're on the same page. You've marked off, check, you've marked off that you are compatible in that area. And then you can move forward and see if you guys are a good match for each other. So is all of this making sense so far? Do you guys have any questions about this first area? Asking what somebody is looking for in dating. Okay, I do not see any questions, so I'm going to keep going here. But yeah, as we're going here, if you think of some questions, feel free to put them in the comments. So the second thing you can do to tell if someone is serious about a long-term relationship is to watch their actions. So let's say someone passes this first test, and I don't even like to call it a test, but let's just say they pass this first phase of dating and you guys see that you're compatible. We want to make sure that their actions are matching their words. Because someone can say that they want a long-term relationship, but if their actions are not going along with that, then that's a big red flag here. So, are they eventually asking you to be their girlfriend? Are they talking about you being their girlfriend? Hi, Maya. So are they having these conversations about you being in their life? Are they talking about moving in together eventually? Not right away. Again, we don't want any of this to be happening on like the first date. But are they talking about a future with you? And then are they matching them? Yeah, like I said, yeah, we want the actions to match the words. So are they not only talking about a future with you, but then are they making plans to have that happen? Like, so if they're talking about moving in with you, are they actually then doing that? And not just future faking. We're trying to weed out the future fakers here, okay? Because we don't want that. We don't want people who are just leading us on and saying, oh yeah, we'll move in someday, we'll get married someday, and that's just never going to happen, okay? So if they're talking about you meeting their friends or their family, are they then eventually doing that, okay? So what we're looking for here is integrity. Words matching actions. Not just words. Because it's for some people, it's very easy to just say words. Oh yeah, we'll move in together someday, we'll get married someday, and then it just doesn't happen, like I said. So we want to make sure we are hearing the words and then the actions are following. So this also would include like making plans with you, just on that very basic level. If they see you one time and they're like, yeah, this would be great, let's go out next weekend. Are they following up with that in their actions? When next weekend comes, are they saying, okay, yeah, let's go out? Or did it somehow just like those plans just disappeared? Okay. So actions matching words. So Maya says, what if I'm the only one with actions and words? That's something to consider, Maya. That's something to consider. Okay. That would be something to talk about with your partner. And say, hey, can we talk about this? I'm having an issue with this. And I don't know what exactly the particular situation is here for you. But you can say, hey, like, I'm hearing you say things like maybe you guys were making plans. And Maya, feel free to put in here what the particular situation was. But maybe he made a plan and then he didn't follow through. So bring that to his attention. Hey, your boyfriend's name, I felt really hurt when you said that you were going to do X and then you didn't follow through, and see what he says. And then you can follow that up with, in the future, could you please follow through on the actions? Or please follow through on the plans that you're making. And then, if this is a consistent pattern, this would definitely be something to really look at and see, okay, is this the right relationship for me? If this is a consistent pattern. If he is not able to make these shifts when you address it. Okay, so Elaine says, my boyfriend used a lot of we statements. Okay, when I mentioned about planting flowers, he said we will do that. So Elaine, did he then follow through on that? Did you guys actually plant the flowers together? And you can offer some leeway here. Like sometimes plans do have to change, like something does come up, but if this is happening consistently, or someone is telling you they're going to do something, but then the actions are not following up consistently, definitely something to consider, that this might not be the right person for you. So Amber says, what about the codependent ones? Amber, I'm not sure exactly what you mean here. Can you clarify what you mean here about that? Okay, so Maya says, he makes no plan and keeps all options open, no decision making. Yeah, that's really frustrating. So let's say it's a weekend plan. I don't know what we're doing until Friday, and that stresses me out totally. Yeah, so you guys are already in a committed relationship, I believe. So this is a serious issue. I would address this. Say, you might have to make this very, very clear and very direct if he's not getting it. Like, hey, this is really affecting me. This is really important to me. Can you change this? Can we make some plans earlier so I know what's going on? Because that would bother me too. That would bother me too. So yeah. So Elaine says, we were not able to because he got called into work. Yeah. So again, sometimes life happens and that will happen. But again, if it's a consistent pattern, that is definitely something to be aware of. Okay. All right. So I'm going to move along here to the next thing that you can do to make sure that someone really is serious about you, is serious about being in a long-term relationship. And I'm going to also offer a little disclaimer here with this advice. It's somewhat controversial, but I think it's one of the best ways to tell if someone is serious about you, and that is to wait to have sex until you are boyfriend-girlfriend or girlfriend-girlfriend, whatever your dating preference is, to wait until you are in a committed relationship. Now, that being said, there is nothing wrong with casual sex. There's nothing wrong with just doing whatever you want. But if you are looking for something serious, this is a really good strategy to use to, again, weed out anyone that isn't very serious about you. If you're someone that can't do casual sex, if you get very attached when you have sex, or if it's really stressful for you to not know where you stand when you're dating, if you're having sex with someone, this is the advice that I would recommend, okay? It saves you from feeling like you're being taken advantage of, like you're being used. Because let's face it, there are people out there who are dating just to have sex. They're not interested in a serious relationship. So if you have this as a boundary, you just say, I personally just don't want to have sex until I'm in a committed relationship with someone. And then you get pushback on that, big red flag that this person isn't serious about a relationship with you. If you state that boundary and they just peace out and you never hear from them again, good. Your boundary was effective. You just weeded out someone that was not interested in a serious relationship, okay? And, again, this doesn't have to be like a heavy thing. If you guys are having a discussion about being intimate or you're, you're making out and things are escalating and you stop it and you say, hey, I just want to make it clear, I don't have sex with someone until I'm in a relationship with them, but I do a lot of other stuff. You can put it that way. And then you're not completely rejecting this person. You're saying it's not about you. It's about me. This is my boundary and this is what I want. And then their response will tell you a lot. Like I said, if they're like, whoa, like that's not okay with me, or they're very judgmental, or they're giving you a hard time about it, bye. Okay? They're not the right person for you. Someone who is really serious about you will be like, maybe they're not thrilled about it, but they would respect it. So, okay, all right. And then if they're really interested in you, they will keep pursuing you, and they will eventually ask you to be their girlfriend or say, talk about making a commitment. All right, guys, so let me see what you are saying here in the comments. Yeah, Maya agrees. Yeah, the best test is to wait. Again, like I said, I have no judgment on casual sex or just hooking up. But if you want that serious relationship, it's a good strategy to take. So Maya's saying, yeah, mine hasn't released his bad energy from his previous relationship, so I feel he's not fully emotionally available. Yep, I would agree. If someone, yeah, since you brought it up, Maya, we can talk about it. If someone, when you're dating them, and you feel like they are constantly talking about their ex, or they're really, really hung up on how hurtful their ex was, it could be a sign of emotional unavailability. It could be a sign that they haven't done their own healing work. They're still hanging on to a lot of stuff from the past. And granted, this person, they probably were very, very hurt. But all of us have to do our own healing work so we're in the best possible position getting into a long-term relationship. Otherwise, the relationship ends up not being very healthy. So, that's really one of the reasons why I do what I do here, the work that I do, the subconscious work, because it's so important. It really, really has an effect on a relationship. So, yeah, if that's coming up, if, like on the first date, this person that you're dating is talking all about their ex and all the things that they did to them, not a good sign. It's probably a sign that they're not completely over it. And it's okay. It's okay that they're not completely over it, but it wouldn't be a good idea to get into a relationship with them if you're looking for something serious, something long-term. All right, ladies. So, any more questions here about this part? I'm going to keep going, but any more questions about the sex thing and how that would work? Okay. Because, yeah, you guys know that there's lots of things you can do besides actual sex that can still, be fun, and you can see if there's chemistry and compatibility, but where you're not just completely vulnerable at not knowing where you stand with this person. So Elaine says, my boyfriend has never had a girlfriend because in his country people do not date and marriages are arranged. So for him, he's learning. Yeah, this definitely happens. It's probably very strange to come into our dating culture when there's no dating culture where you live. So yeah, it sounds, Elena, correct me if I'm wrong here, but it sounds like this relationship is working out. It sounds like this is a good relationship. But yeah, let me know here. Okay, so here's the thing. We have to acknowledge that even if all the right signs are there when we're dating, there's still a chance that things might not work out, okay? There is an inherent risk in dating. Dating is risky. We can't take that out of the equation. There is some inherent risk here, okay? There are no guarantees in love. As much as I want there to be and as much as I wish there could be, there's not. So, someone may truly, truly want a serious relationship. But then after dating you for a little while, they might realize, maybe we're not that compatible. And vice versa. For you might really want a serious relationship, but then you date someone for a couple weeks, a couple months, and you realize, this isn't exactly what I'm looking for. And so that's really what the dating process is. So if we can go into dating knowing and remembering that, okay, there is some risk here. But I'm okay with that. It's a risk that is worth taking. So there also will be some people that slip through the cracks here, who say all the right things, who do all the right things, and then ghost, or, just say it's not going to work out. Okay, it's rare, but it does happen. If you use all of these strategies that I'm teaching you here and pay very close attention to what's happening when you're dating, you can minimize this. But there is still always a risk that this can happen. But yeah, so just go into this knowing that dating is risky. And if it feels like it's too much of a risk for you, you might not be ready to date yet. And that's okay. It might just mean that you need a little bit more time to heal, a little bit more time to be okay with the inherent risk that comes with dating. So I just wanted to say that, you know, we can use all these strategies and it will greatly reduce the risk that things could go wrong, but it's not possible to completely eliminate the risk entirely. Okay, so Elaine is saying, oh good, it is. I'm starting to take down some of the walls that I've put up. Awesome. I was afraid that he would disappear from my life when I told him that I suffer from anxiety, but instead of running away, he has stuck by me. Wow, Elaine, it sounds like you've got a good one here. It feels right, and I hope that it continues to feel and be right. Awesome. So this is very exciting. Yeah, so Elaine, you're doing a great job. Keep going here. Keep checking in with yourself, making sure, does this feel okay? Am I feeling safe? Am I feeling heard? Am I feeling respected? And if you are feeling that way, awesome. Full speed ahead. It sounds good. So do you guys have any questions here? You know, feel free to bring, like, these lives I do so that I can connect with you guys and answer your questions and just give you, you know, all of the tools and the knowledge that I have to help you navigate through this dating process. So if you have a specific question, bring it here now. I'm gonna just go through my notes here and make sure I have gone through everything that I wanted to tell you. But yeah, feel free to bring your situation here. Okay. Well, yeah, so ladies, I do have a question for you. How amazing would it feel to have some support as you walk through this dating process? So you're not wasting your time with people who aren't serious, you're not missing red flags. How good would that feel? And so the reason I'm asking that is because this is one of the things that I offer in my Living Free Finding Love program. So not only do I help people release the subconscious blocks that they might be carrying around that are making it more difficult for them to find love, but I also walk my clients through this dating process so that if they're dating someone and they're just not sure, they're like, I don't know, is this a red flag? They message me. I call it, like, I'm probably going to date myself here, but have you guys ever heard of OnStar? OnStar, like, was back in the day when you didn't have iPhones, there were no, like, cell phones. OnStar was this little navigation system in your car when you were feeling lost and you just didn't know where to go and you didn't have any map. You just went boop. You pushed the OnStar button. This is how I see myself. I'm like your dating OnStar. If you're not sure what's going on, if you don't know what to say, if you're having some doubt, this is what I do with my private clients. I walk them through this dating process. And I can tell you, with the women I've worked with, we have avoided many red flags. We have avoided some potential disasters and guided them into a safe, healthy relationship. So, okay, Sandra says, I love how you said this may not be exactly what I'm looking for. This is not a new concept for me, but sometimes certain wording drives the point home for me. Oh, awesome. Thank you for that. You're so welcome, Sandra. Yeah, you know, sometimes we just need to hear things said in a different way, and I get it. Or sometimes we need to hear them many times. I know in my dating experiences and just learning how to have a healthy relationship, I needed to hear things many different times and many different ways. So I just got all the sources of information that I could to, yeah, just get it to sink in. So yeah, you're so welcome here. Okay, so yeah, guys, if you would like this level of personal support, just type in support in the comments. I'll reach out to you, or you can click on the link in the video and book a free 15-minute call. We can just chat about what exactly is going on with you and what kind of support you're looking for, and we can see if I can help. Awesome. Yeah, so you guys feel free, again, comment support or click on that link in the video, or the link in the description of the video. And any last minute questions here? Basically, the TLDR here is how to tell if someone is interested in a serious relationship. You ask them, you make sure you guys are on the same page with compatibility, and then you make sure that their actions are matching their words. So that's your key takeaways here. All right, ladies, I do not see any more questions, so I'm going to sign off here, and I will talk to you soon. Thank you so much for participating today. All right, guys, take care.